What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew 2 here, and well, as you all know, the ICY XMAS Summit is now live, which is basically the Christmas-themed summit here on the Crew 2. Before we jump into that, let's jump into the other summits right now, because the next one, the New Year's Eve, will have the Porsche Carrera GT Green Flash Edition. I ain't even gonna lie, if y'all could not get this car last time it was out, definitely go after it now. This car is, for one, looks amazing, and it's actually really fast, handles great, and I really do love the Carrera GT in general. That car looks awesome. Legendary half set, which is the second part of the boosted set for the monster truck class there. Then in gold, we have the star-shaped smoke. Obviously, I think that's a star, maybe. Taking a quick look at this right now, that we'll have a no restriction boat race there, an escape slalom, looks like an aerobatics, a jet sprint race, which will be an interesting one. And then down here, it looks like we have a drift event. Now, the one reason why I wanted to point this out here is because this looks like a race, which is gonna probably be a drift car race. My goodness, this will be an interesting one. Can't wait to see what they're going to actually do with this one. We had one of these a really long time ago on a racetrack, and they're normally pretty fun, but also kind of challenging depending on how you build on the car there. Don't worry, though, I will have you guys covered on the build there. And then the hypercar right here is going to be Vehicle Force, so you get a chance to drive the lovely Carrera GT Green Flash Edition. Then we have the Air Race. Then down here, finally, we have the Diablo GT. It's a street race there, probably going to be a pretty fun one as well. Moving on, we have the Pro Track, which will give us a Legendary Parts Boosted Nitro Chemist for the touring car class. And if you guys do not have a good set for this class, this is definitely something to go after. You could probably farm other parts with it as well, because it looks like that's Lucky or Gold Finder there, with what it looks like to be pure as the other perk. And then we also have the semi-slick tire in gold, which I must say looks pretty nice as well. And then obviously we have the spare part pack there, which normally a lot of the summits have those. And moving over, we have the flashback, which the platinum reward on this, the retro gaming rooftop, looks insanely trippy, and I feel like I am looking at that in like without my 3D glasses on. That looks really, really weird, to be honest. And then we have the legendary half set boosted foot. It looks like the rallycross class, which is kind of nice to see there. Nitro Chemist, which probably going to be two perks there that most likely not going to be used that often in the racing class there. I noticed when doing races stuff, some of the perks in some of these parts really aren't that great, if I'm being 100% honest with y'all. But it's still a set to go after and could be very, very useful when trying to level set like other sets up or trying to get other sets and all that. At least you have one you can run on summits and or races if you're farming other parts and all that. So it could be useful. Anyway, let's jump into ICY XMAS right now and talk about this a little bit more. Now, moving on to the summit here, guys, the escape here is going to be pretty straightforward. It's kind of weird, though. I do think they moved the little symbol to grab the skill there a little farther in front of the guardrail on purpose. So you guys see where I go on this. This one's actually really easy, and I definitely overdid this one. You do not need to get 19,000 yards on this, but I figured I would do it anyway just because, and if you do want to get a lot of yardage, you can. But remember that a lot of these skills and or races are capped at certain points. The Slalom here, I ran the Rally Raid class, obviously the best one for this. The Ram 1500 Rebel does an amazing job there. Moving over to the Slalom here, I actually ran the Panigale R, which does a really good job on this one because this is at the airport, kind of like skinny areas to drive through, and the bike does a great job, even though I ran into like 10 things, I think, during this, and I still got a really good score. So definitely try out a bike on there. And then moving over to the Alpha Grand Prix race, the Alpha Mark II is actually pretty dang good, even though it's like driving a small bus. It seems like it handles pretty decently, and it's fast, obviously. Very high revving RPMs there. So if you are in manual, make sure you guys are running a tad different gearing there when going around the turns and all that to keep the speed up and power going and all that. I did pretty decent on this race, and I've had a pretty fun time. The Giants track is a great one. I do like that. Moving over to the street race here, no restriction. This race is obviously part of the ICY XMAS here, and you can drive any car you want on this one. I drove the Superleggera because we all know how amazing that car is. This race is actually pretty awesome, and the like snow dunes in this one, and just seeing the high like snow and how they actually made the map is really, really cool with the ice. They did a great job on this race. Had a great time on that one. And then something we haven't seen in a while, a motocross race. Like, my goodness, when was the last time we saw one of these? This one's also no restriction. For this one, I decided to run the KTM 450 EXC Red Bull Edition. I was going to run the one bike from the Motor Pass a while ago, but I don't want to run vehicles that everybody can't have because I don't really find that fair to be doing those races on the best vehicles that people can't even obtain. So I wanted to run the 450 EXC there, which this bike is absolutely amazing. Had a great time, and honestly, I really love what they've done to the motocross vehicles. And I will be posting the best races to grind in the motocross class in the near future as well, guys, so stay tuned for that. And then moving over here, we have the street race Audi R8 V10 Plus. Now, you guys will definitely recognize this race. Luckily, the R8 V10 Coupe is actually really good. It's funny how I mix that name up. This race is actually pretty fun, and this car does a great job of going around the turns, keeping its speed up in a great way. I had a fun time on that race. The drag race here, the Hup 1 Inferno Edition. 999,000 followers brought me up like 23 levels, I believe. Pretty funny and, well, pretty awesome. So get that. If you guys are trying to level up a little bit and get higher like levels and icon points, this is definitely a race to complete, just for the followers at least there. I got 133K on this one, under 10.5 seconds there. I had a great time on this. The car obviously did a great job. You guys see the point difference there. 0.300 was about 6 or 7K. So definitely try to get a good time on this. Obviously, having someone in there to slipstream will probably tremendously help the time, unfortunately. Moving over, the final race, the Rally Raid MX Miata, is going to be one of the Rally Cross US Speed Tour races, which, to be honest, was actually pretty easy to do. Got a 4 minutes and 31 seconds, and I'm not even going to lie to y'all, I don't even know how I got that score. I hit so many different things in this race. And 156K is pretty much maxed out. You can't even get higher if you really wanted to. That race really wasn't too bad. And I also want to mention I will be running a Rally Raid best part to grind as well, like and/or races to grind coming up in the near future with the motocross race as well. Anyway, guys, here's a summit. If you got any questions at all, let me know in the comments below. Let's get right into it.
2, 1.
you